Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the TexasSpaceNavy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today I'm going to bring you a video on Inside Star Citizen that just came out today. So the very first thing up that they talked about was Xenothreat 2.0. This is going to be almost a rehashing of the original Xenothreat, but they've made a lot of improvements that should make it feel better, act better, seem better, all of it. So you could definitely... If you enjoyed the first Xenothreat, I imagine this one you're going to enjoy even more. I also imagine that they may have toughened up some of the bad guys in this version. As you can see, one of the cool things they did was took footage that was captured by folks in the community for this particular video. So I am really cool with that. I think that's awesome. Some really good footage was captured as well. So I think this version of Xenothreat will flow a lot more from one task to the next. So again, you will probably go out towards Jericho, then you'll have to scout out these starfares that have been destroyed or at least disabled by the Xenothreat, and you will have to, of course, get all this cargo just like in the first one back on your ships and to Jericho to resupply the Javelin. Now, they did say this time around you will be resuppplying the Javelin, who will then lead you into battle. So it should flow from one thing to the next. I don't know how... I want to say they said it would last like 2 hours or something. I can't remember. But yeah, you would do this whole cargo side of it first, and then from there you would actually follow the Javelin into battle against the Idrises. Now, how many Idrises will spawn to take on fighters and stuff at Jericho? I don't know. Jericho's got a lot of guns, and what if those open up? It could be quite interesting. Maybe we'll get more than one Idris at a time. I don't know. TexasSpaceNavy definitely showed up in numbers the last time we had Xenothreat, and we totally kicked butt. We had a bomber wing. We had fighters, or we had a cargo support, so that the cargo vehicles, cargo ships, could transfer cargo from the starfares on board and then make their trip to Jericho. It was a really awesome event, and we really enjoyed it, and I can't imagine how much better it's going to be now. I can't imagine. I'm looking forward to it. I know a lot of people in my org are as well. Now, they also did mention the Ninetails Lockdown. This is actually what we're going to get next. I don't know when we'll get Xenothreat 2.0, but it's not going to be before Ninetails Lockdown. So the Ninetails Lockdown will mean that Ninetails will blockade one of the Crusader stations, Crew L1, Crew L2, etc. They're going to blockade one of those stations, and the objective will be first to get to the area, and on one side you'll be scouting for enemy ships, or at least protecting the ships that are scouting and scanning for those enemy Ninetails ships. If you're on the enemy side, the Ninetails side, then you will be trying to take out those ships that are scanning for Ninetails traffic. So you got both ends of it. And of course there's also the other end where, running the blockade and trying to deliver cargo. Perhaps you'll make more money doing that. So they've got several different missions that will spur from this event. So be prepared, because it could be a lot of fun. They said it won't be lasting super long. My guess is they'll pop up and maybe they'll be at Crew L1, and then once the event's over, the next time they'll pop up at Crew L5, and it'll just keep popping around the system a little bit, for a month or two before the dynamic event is over. Then maybe they'll throw Xenothreat 2.0 at us. They also mentioned Jumptown 2 at the end of this segment of the video. So maybe that's a teaser, maybe not. I don't know. Jumptown Wars were pretty interesting, and if they've actually got an event around that, it could be even more interesting. So we'll have to wait and see what they come up with, but that's a possibility. Are you excited for that? I wasn't big in the whole Jumptown Wars, but I know a lot of people were, and they really did enjoy it, so I don't know. They've got some new companies that are coming into the verse, and they've work a little bit on their graphics, so, you know, their logos. So they had several different versions, and they kind of went over which ones they were leaning towards. I'm guessing they want a little bit of feedback from the community, so you may want to go leave that in the description of or in the comments of this particular video for Star Citizen, the Inside Star Citizen video. And yeah, maybe they'll take that feedback and pick a logo based off of that. Maybe they'll just ignore all of it. I do kind of like this logo for the tax bureau. That's fitting. And then, of course, Cousin Crows. I don't know. I like all of these. I do. I like all of these. This is the one that's supposed to be on the Kraken, supposedly, on the Privateer version. I guess we'll have to wait for that as well. Other things they talked about is thruster effects. So the wind blows a certain way when you have a thruster on it. And how's that going to affect dust and plant life on a planet? So they're working on making that more realistic with whatever vector your ship is thrusting, that the dust will reflect or, you know, react in a proper direction. They're doing the same thing with fire, which they have a cool little fire thing up here. But yeah, it's set to go in a certain direction, and this could be really important, as you know, if you are ever having to approach fire in the game, you'll be able to tell which direction it seems to be spreading, or at least leaning, so that you can, you know, avoid getting yourself set on fire at least a little bit. Maybe make it easier to put it out by, you know, doing some firefighting stuff, cutting a line or something. I don't know. I don't know how in-depth they're going to get with some of that stuff. I'm sure some people will be upset because it won't be perfect. But yeah, so really cool that they're putting some more of these visual effects in. They also talked about redoing the Retaliator, so we're finally starting to see some gold standard on the Retaliator. This is the inside. Now they also talked about the Redeemer, the gray box phase. The Redeemer is looking really cool and really spacious. I didn't expect it to be so spacious, but it's definitely looking like you've got some living room in that ship. And I'm getting more excited for this ship, to be honest. So we'll have to see how it turns out. And then they also talked about the Ares, getting continue to get work done on it and making it look pretty on the outside. Then the Drake series of ships, the UI is being redone for that, and they've got several different colors of it. So maybe you got a favorite here. I don't know. I kind of like some of this, but maybe the first or second version along with this lighting, and I don't know. Then they also have some folks working on equipment, and yeah, so a lot of good stuff came from this Inside Star Citizen. It was all mostly teasers, if you ask me. There was nothing super in-depth on anything. They did talk quite a bit about you know, Xenothreat, but they really didn't show off anything. So yeah, it was just a big tease. Let me know if you agree in the comments down below. Was this episode just a big tease, or did you get a lot more from it? Don't get me wrong, I'm excited about the things coming down the pipe, and no doubt about it. But yeah, it was just tease. They also showed off the hospital stuff here, so a lot of different hospitals. They're starting to white box that and get that taken care of. Outpost, they've got more stuff going on there. So a lot to look forward to in the coming months. The coming, really, next update. Maybe the next couple of patches. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Are you? Thank you all for tuning in and watching my video once again. Make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed, why not? Hit that subscribe button. I try to do a video every day. I do miss a couple days for work and whatnot, but thank you again for tuning in. If you want to support the channel, look at my YouTube members and my Patreon. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy. I'll see you out in the verse.